Hello, guys and gals, animal friends, and spirit pals. Welcome or welcome back to Spirit Whisper Channel. Howdy ho, this is a taped video, so I'm not live. So don't be thinking I am, and there's no chat. Just came on for a little brief this and that. First of all, welcome to any new subscribers that show up and watch this here video. You guys just gifted me with all kinds of energy on the day after the election. And boy, I don't know how I lucked out, but you gave me so much love and energy. It was just so kind of all of you. To take a line from Gamma Ray's effect on the man and moon, Mara goes, my heart is full, you guys. So I got a whole bunch of new subscribers. So lovely. Thank you guys so much. I know that's your own free will choice. You don't have to do that. I know it's free and it just takes a couple moments. But you know, you have to be inspired to do it, and I greatly appreciate it. It just helps my videos, all of a sudden float up in front of you, which apparently it did again, all of a sudden, because a lot of people I read, well, I never saw you before, and there you were. And that's because when people subscribe, it encourages the great gods of YouTube to make my videos available so that you'll even know that they exist, right? So I really appreciate it. That helps in all that, especially for me and my little old channel. It was quite the jump in one day. So you guys were just, look at that. You can make magic happen overnight, and you sure did for me. So thank you. I'll tell you a little story. So before I put that video up, I was like, I was depressed, and it was the day after the election, and just felt like, and I'd been teasing with Spirit that if they were screwing, if this was going a different way, they were going to have to explain it all to me, and I was messing around because I was getting a little sense of anyway. And so I wasn't really in the mood to do a video. I was just going to wallow in my depression and despair. And I was like, maybe I'm not going to do any political readings anymore. I'm just going to stick to the other stuff that I've been doing for 40 years and just not, take my little tiptoes out of the political swamp. And just not feeling it. I was just going to lay down with my dogs and my cats, watch television, eat, and be whiny. You can see one of my kitties back there. That's Merriweather. Whoops. Why can't I ever point to the act? It's impossible. She's a gray and white fluffy cat back there. That's Alaska, for all you new people who want to know who my guys are. That's her back there. Normally, Buttercup is right here in the chair with me. You probably saw her peeking around in the last video. That's my other little doggy. Right now, she's laying on a towel that I had on the floor for 5 seconds. So, of course, she confiscated it as her little nappy nap. My black kitty's sitting on top of the computer. That's Pippa. You don't see her. And the kitty cat that Alaska was loving on and washing and everything the last time, that's Pumpkin. And I have one more. All my pets are girls except for one boy cat named Halo. He's a yellow and white kitty. He's probably on the back step. So that's all of them. So anyway, I was like, I'm not going to do, nope, I'm not going on. Nope. Nobody wants to see my face. But my guide, one of them, Pan, the one that started this channel with me, Oh, I just heard Halo come in. Was kind of insistent. It's like, okay, you've moped and moaned long enough. You just need to get up and do this video and go ahead and just do you thing. So I reluctantly got up. I was a mess. My hair was a wreck. Everything was a mess. Put the hat on. It's like, okay, I'm just do a quick video. And then that video I was so reluctant to do, and Spirit had to like go, Mark, just get up and go in there and do it. After 40 years of working with me, though, they know how I can be. And that video so far has 60,000 views. And for me, that is like, what the? Quite surprising. My subscribers doubled. What the? And like that video so far has something like 2,400 comments. What the? So that was a lot. I appreciate it greatly. My channel's not monetized or anything, so I doubt YouTube even likes me because I don't really make any money for them. If anybody does leave me a tip, they have to do it with my PayPal, which happens to be listed in the description below. But anyway, Spirit has a funny way of working, insisting that I get up and do that video. And I would like to say, I wasn't even, it's like I was a mess. And that's the video that, like, what is it, 80,000 views? Is that what I'm up to now? It's like some ridiculous amount. Anyway, I guess that's why Pan was insisting that I do it, because he had a plan. No, it's 61,000 views. Anyway, enough about me. Now, let's talk about my channel. Okay, guys. So, if you are new here, yay, I love you so much. Oh, the other thing about all those thousands of comments, I'm working my way through them. I do read all the comments all the time. It's going to take me a little while. I sat here at the computer for 3 hours maybe, going through and starting to move through them. But I guess maybe halfway, and then there's been a whole bunch more. So it'll take me a while, but I'll at least give you a heart or let you know I read it, if I don't comment, because it's a lot. But you guys were so great in the comments. I loved reading them so much. And just the comments between you guys, between each other, and the things you were bringing to the table and expressing your feelings. And, let me know things like, Mark, I had that same feeling, like, this is off, this isn't right, something's up, what's going on? And sharing all that, it meant a lot to me. And everybody was so civil and kind and just supportive. And made my heart full, guys. My heart is full. Just being there for each other. And, kind of, whether you felt like it or not, kind of like me, pulling yourself up and watching a stupid video and commenting on it and expressing your feelings and all that. It was really terrific, guys. And not just for me. It's terrific for all of us, because you just created this wonderful energy. And of course, I felt personally very loved. I'm not sure I deserve it, but I sure do notice it and appreciate it. Okay, enough about that, for gosh sakes. Oh yeah, I was going to say, but about my channel. So I do want to say that if you are new here, I do 2 shows a week that are live, just in case you're interested. They're not like these, because these are taped for one thing. Every Saturday at 4 o'clock, I've been doing this now, gosh, going close to 4 years. I do a show called Ask Anything Day, and I work with my guides and just take random questions from you guys in the chat that are there during the live. So that's at 4 o'clock Eastern on Saturdays on Spirit Whisper channel. I'm on generally an hour and a half, and I just go through as many as we can, and you can ask about anything in that. I don't really care because Spirit answers, not me, and I don't know anything about anything to begin with. Then also on Mondays, every Monday at 2 o'clock Eastern, I do Animal Day. And so then we do just live readings for animals, pets, past, present, future, nature. It's a good nature day, weather, anything to do with nature. So that's always on Tuesdays if you're ever able to drop in there and put a question in, and I get to as many as I'm able to. All right. The animal show I do with my friend Debbie. We alternate. She's not going to be here this week though, so it'll just be me. All right, guys. So the reason I came on is because I wanted to just check in with you and just remind us all, including me, because I'm the worst at having patience, that we have to be a little bit patient here. I want to congratulate all you guys who were like listening with your heart, like when you were watching the election results stuff, you were like, wait, this isn't logical, or doesn't make sense, or something's off. That's Spirit talking to you. That's your own sense of what's real and what's not, what's true and what's false. Right? What's good and what's bad for you. You know it. So when you just get quiet and ask yourself, you'll have a sense, and you learn to trust that more and more. But I was really happy to see all that in there. So every day I get up and I check in and just see, is the energy still going the same? Is there some big, new thing that we need to talk about? Or how's it going as far as that? So I'm still on the same page as far as I'm concerned, and as far as Spirit, as my guides are concerned with me. They haven't changed their mind or anything. It's like they told us really a couple weeks ago, and he's never, especially Pan, he's never, what is it called? He's just been blunt that, someone who's a known liar, thief, stealer, cheat, that's the way they get everything. Expect it, because they tell you who you are, that's who they are. And he told us for a while that was the plan, was to steal the election and to steal America, basically. Right. And I know it's even, on some level, hard to believe, or we don't even want to believe it, because it's like some spy novel or something, But alas and alack, I feel that's what has happened. So then I'm wondering, will it be discovered? That's the question, right, before us. The question before us is, where's her clitoris? So we have to wonder about that. Now, I already know I can't watch the news, because the news is really getting on my last gay nerve, acting like the election was just like a normal, when it was nothing like normal. We've never, in all my 3,000 years of life here on the planet, we've never had that kind of election. It was just over whippity snippity, whip snip. And the fact that like the news media is just acting like business as usual, it's bizarre. It's like the biggest gaslighting I ever heard, it feels to me. And I don't really need to watch it. The whole business as usual. No. So I haven't been able to watch the news. I've tried but within 30 seconds I have to turn it because I can't stand it. I just can't go along with the new big lie, the continuing big lie. I can't deal. Now maybe that's because at this point we're realizing that almost all the news outlets, stations, papers are owned by MAGA multi-billionaires. And so they are manipulating the news. Oh boy, as if we didn't have enough. And so I don't know if just anchors that we've usually trusted are suddenly not able to say stuff. I don't know what's going on. But until I see when it comes out, it can't be avoided, it has to be on the news. That's when I'll watch it again. Right now, it's all baloney to me. So, and I would suggest if you watch the news and it's just getting you all upset, just me thinking about watching a few minutes got me all upset. Don't watch it. It's just feeding that false story. They're just so sure that we're all a bunch of sheep, asleep sheep, and that we're just gonna let the country slip through our fingers. I don't think it's over yet, guys. And I know Kamala and them are quiet and being awfully, it's over. But I'm not sure we're going to trust that book by its cover. Anyway, so today I was looking at my cards and just talking to Spirit again about, are we still on track with that? Do you think that's going to be brought to the surface? Is that just me, wishful thinking? What's going on? Are we still on track with that, or has it changed? Or what's in the works in this next, in these next couple weeks? So I drew cards already this time. I usually don't do that, but I like this and I wanted to share it with you. So I'm just going to show you what I drew, and then I'm going to do a couple of quick readings in the moment. But this one, I really felt like it was really speaking to what's going on, and I wanted to share it through the cards. So I drew 6 cards on it about this energy and about this truth coming to the surface, and if the spirit team is still on board with that. And so that was my basic question. So the first card that came up was the King of Spears. In this deck, not dick. In this deck, spears are wands. This is the Game of Thrones deck, before you ask. So, for me, in Tarot, wands represent spirit body, the spirit part of us. So, we're mental, emotional, spiritual, physical. And each one of those is one of the suits of the Tarot. So, the wands, in this case spears, the spirit, our spiritual aspect. This is the king of that spiritual aspect, the top of it. So in a way, this card says to me that the Creator is still focused on this and looking at it. And is spirit is got their sights on it. And here's the Ace of Spears. So Ace of Wands again. Action. Passionate action being focused forward. And it's backed by spirit. That's the only way I can say it. I've gotten this over and over, that this is more than just for us here in America, which God knows that's enough. But it's also about the change that's going on in the whole planet. And whether people like to hear it or not, I feel like it's about matriarchal energy kind of returning to the throne for a while, because it's been missing for a long, long time. We need to get back into balance. Anyway, Spirit's all behind that. I've drawn cards over and over and over, and I kept getting the Temperance card, and I was using a different deck, but each time it's the one where it was a male angel, and I don't know much. I mean, I believe in angels and all that, but there'll be somebody else that knows a lot about all the angels and their names and all that. I don't really. But in this one, I just kept hearing it was Archangel Michael. But I kept going, why does this Temperance card keep coming up every single reading? And I just kept hearing the words like, fear not, we've got this, or something like that. We're watching over this. So these cards seem to be talking about that again. That there's this spiritual, what would I call it? Overlay. It's happening for spiritual reasons. Now, this whole year, my guides have been talking about that this whole year is about bringing the truth to the surface. No matter if it's our own personal truths, or big truths, or world truths, but all over the place. The truth that's been hidden, flushing it to the surface. And a lot of that is, stuff that we don't want to look at, stuff that we pretend isn't existing, and all of that. And that's a lot about what's going on here. So we're still doing that. I said that in the last video, that's part of the reason this cheating thing happened, is so that we can get to the bottom of it. That's what I believe. We'll see. That's what they tell me. So there's that desire to be on top of it, to figure it out. And what are they looking to figure out? The Seven of Swords. This stealing, sneaky in the night, stealing the energy. And the spears are looking into it. So that non-trusting thief in the night, traitor energy, that's what Spirit is focused on, and I think flushing out. It's also looking at this Five of Cups, this loss. Look at this. It's this woman's loss, though. We're looking at what happened to their votes. It looks as if they didn't even have any. Where are they? They're missing. It's just empty. Where's all the... what? So, it's looking at that. That's what the energy's moving towards. Discovering, where did this woman energy go? Which would be votes. And the sneaky shenanigans. Now those cards, again, will be talking about that same thing. So like nothing's changed, right? They're still telling me the same thing. So with the guides. Now, so that's what we're looking at. So then I said, so what's that energy heading for in the next couple of weeks? Is it still moving that direction? Are we still going that way? The next one is the Ace of Swords. Truth, justice, fairness, truth, justice, justice. I'm a Libra, and I have a lot of Libra in my chart, and I'm particularly about truth and justice. I hate unfairness. It just gets on my last nerve. Now, that's what we're looking for here. This, again, is bringing it up, the truth into view, out of the snowy depths, out of the deep recesses. It's been hidden beyond the wall. Bringing it out. Ace of Spears and Ace of Swords. So So there's, that's going after it. That's movement. We're in the starting. I'm going to say it's already started. Somebody's not showing their hand, which is probably wise, but I feel like if it feels so off to me, little old me who knows nothing, there ain't no way that Biden and them don't feel it or know it. It's impossible. So then the final card of that pull, that Ace of Swords, bringing it out. The final, what are we headed for? Look at this card. Traitor, Ten of Swords in the back. Because if the truth comes out from this big pulling the wool over our poor, naive, innocent heads, that he, along with, I feel like, most likely, Russia, and maybe others, and the creep with all the money, is a traitor to our country. They stole the election, if this is what we find out. So this card couldn't say it better. So I just wanted to show you those. I thought, okay, well, I don't know if I can get a better pull than that one. So I'm going to share it with you. And plus, I don't think I've ever used my Game of Thrones deck on the channel. I got them out because I thought, oh yeah, I forgot I haven't used these in a long time. And then I was reading with them, and I've been reading with them for a couple days. And then that was the last reading I did earlier this afternoon. I went, oh no, I might have to share this with the group here. Okay. So, I want to pull a couple cards on a couple more questions. I feel like it's going to be a few days before we get, it starts to move. So, let me ask this. I've also had this feeling that the American people, just us little peons, are going to have something to do with this. We might just rise up and say, we're sick of this, you need to recount the votes. Because people are kind of in shock and don't know what to do, but that's going to wear off. And I can see the public, there may be like a public outcry or something, feels like. So let's ask that. Is there, like, does the public, do us as individuals, do we play a part in this being brought to the surface? Well, the first one I got was the Knight of Pentacles. This deck is called the Robin Wood deck. Okay. So our question was, do we think the public is going to have anything to do with, bringing this out into the open or pursuing it or something like that? So Knight of Pentacles, that feels like we're waiting. But there's action in the wings waiting to go. Like here we are, we're suited up. We just haven't started moving yet. And most likely because of this Nine of Wands, we're kind of feeling a bit beat up. Now again, wands are, spirit. So we're broken, feeling tired, worn out, exhausted, spiritually beaten, broken. You know. And the wind taken out of the sails. But behind that, we're strong. We, what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. So, yeah, he looks tired and beat up, but he's still standing, and he's still holding on to his wand. And he's not the only one. There's a whole bunch of other wands behind him. So, what's he looking at? He's looking at this tower that just happened. John Q. Public. And is inspired to take action on it. So, Page of Wands. Spirit. Inspiration. It's like the tower, in this case, what I think people are going to realize as days pass, that their votes were stolen. Their vote didn't get counted, and it should have been. And it's not right, and people are going to stand up for it. I want my vote, and I want it counted. I want it right here in my hand, counted. What the heck? And that vote that I made and that's missing was for the Queen of Wands. So I feel in that page, they give me those pages, makes me think there's some young people that might be stirred up about this. Like, they got together in large numbers, and it seemed like it didn't do anything. Same thing with women vote. And it just didn't make any difference whatsoever. Or so it seems. But I do feel like from that draw that the people might become more involved in this. Let me just ask quickly. Is Donald Trump, will he be the president in 2025? Can't believe I said his name. I meant the Oompa Loompa. Will he be, I guess we just call it the dictator, in 2025? First card is the Ten of Wands. 2025. Does it look like he's going to be president? Second card I got was the Magician. Okay, so first of all, we get this. Looks to me like he's got an awful lot of burdens on his back. If this is him, and I think it is. I think he finds himself burdened because his tricks, so you get the Seven of Cups, which is illusion and delusion, and the Magician, like you're getting very sleepy. You know, the spell, the magical spell that he thought, that he thinks, and in some ways he did, cast over America. I'm going to say, because of the next two cards, um, is dispelled. And want to talk about, here's women rejoicing for women, the Empress, and children, and reproductive rights. So that wasn't a very, that makes me feel like this delusion that he won, and that Kamala didn't get any extra votes from women or anybody else, and people that were concerned about reproductive rights voted for him instead of her. I feel like that illusion and delusion is dissipating. And so that's all great, but where does that leave him in 2025? Those last two cards would make me think that it's still about the woman. Well, I just can't imagine what's in store. Just, whatever. So I'm asking again, just looking at a little bit more about that. And again, I get a victory for women is the starting card. Three of Cups, victory. But, the women are over these cups. And here we go again with the Page of Wands. This passionate, youthful energy. So it's kind of like young people and women are not letting it go. They're still fighting against the devil. The devil is you know who. He's always this, he's always this guy. Orange and disgusting. And they haven't stopped. It's still going, the judgment of the devil, particularly with the young people and the women, and those are the votes that are kind of missing, along with a lot of others. But and so this judgment is continuing. Bringing a tower for the devil. So it was these cups and this wand, the women there, and the younger voter, against the devil, and not letting up. Like, there's harsh judgment. It's not just wiped clean. They're still determined to end this, to bring it down, and to turn the wheel. to the Ace of Cups, which is a new beginning. A new beginning with strong female riding up on a lion. So that's the little story it's telling. So I think that's what's going on. I think that's what we will see develop in front of us in one way or another. I feel like if I could predict how soon, I'm going to say like in maybe 7 days we might start hearing, or even before that, start seeing it on certain places. Because, it just happened and people are still trying to get their bearings and their footing. So, I would think we'll see a little something occurring. Unless I'm completely off my mark, which is possible, of course. But I'm still sticking to what I've been receiving. And we'll see. It's still very shady shenanigans, very like the energies like cloaked or hidden. We got away with it, but we gotta move quietly. Okay, we'll see. Well, I hope that was good and you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you're having a good night, and you hope you have a good weekend, and I'll see you again real soon. Thanks again, guys, for all the love and all the positive energy you guys showed me. It was so kind of you. Okay, love you. So does Alaska. See you upside down with love. Bye-bye.